If the power went out tonight and stayed off for 90 days, would your home still function? Or would it start falling apart in the first week? In a long blackout, water becomes the real emergency, food becomes a fuel problem, and basic safety depends on planning, not luck. In this video, I'm going through 80 must-have preps that cover the full 90 days. Simple, practical, and beginner-friendly. Number 1. Water target. Start with a clear number so you're not guessing later. A practical baseline is about 1 gallon of water per person per day for drinking, simple cooking, and bare minimum hygiene. For 90 days, that's roughly 90 gallons per person. If it's hot where you live, if you're doing physical work, or if you have pets, you'll want more. Write your target down. People plus pets, multiplied by days, so you can build your supply with a plan instead of random purchases. Number 2. Water containers. The container matters almost as much as the water. Stick to food-grade containers made for storage, not random old jugs that used to hold something else. Smaller 5 to 7 gallon jugs are easier to carry and rotate. Larger barrels are great if you have space, but only if you can safely fill and access them. Keep containers out of direct sun, store them off concrete if possible, and label them with the fill date so rotation stays simple. Number 3. Water rotation. Stored water isn't set it and forget it unless you treat and store it correctly. Keep it cool, dark, and sealed, and rotate it on a schedule you can actually stick to. A simple approach is to use and refill some of it regularly so nothing sits forever. If you use a commercial water preserver, follow the label directions exactly, and don't mix products. The goal is easy, repeatable habits that keep your water supply dependable without turning it into a complicated project. Number 4. Water filtration. You want at least one real filter that works without electricity. Gravity filters are great for home because you pour in raw water, and it drips out cleaner water with minimal effort. Portable squeeze or pump filters are useful if you have to move or collect water away from home. Know the basics. Many filters handle common bacteria and parasites, but not every filter handles every risk. Keep spare parts if your system uses them, because a filter you can't maintain becomes a paperweight. Number 5. Water disinfection. Filtration is one layer. Disinfection is another. Have a backup method that doesn't rely on gadgets, like treatment tablets or drops made for emergency water. If you're boiling water, that's also a proven method when fuel allows. The key is not improvising with chemicals or guessing at amounts. Use products designed for water treatment and follow their instructions closely. In a long outage, almost safe water is a problem you don't want to create. Number 6. Rain collection. If the outage lasts weeks, stored water can run down, so you'll want a way to collect more. Rain is one of the simplest options if you plan ahead. A clean tarp, a clean bucket, and a basic catch setup can gather a surprising amount in one storm. Even then, treat the water before drinking it. Also, store a few dedicated water-only buckets and lids, so you're not using containers that previously held cleaners, trash, or anything that could contaminate your supply. Number 7. Water transport. If you ever have to carry water, you'll quickly learn what's realistic and what's not. A collapsible container is handy, but a rolling cart or sturdy tote can save your back. Keep one container labeled for dirty water and another labeled for clean water so you don't mix them by mistake. Add a simple funnel and a small strainer for debris. The easier you make hauling and handling, the more likely you'll stay consistent without wasting energy. Number 8. Calorie math. Once water is handled, food planning gets way less stressful. Start with a rough calorie target instead of shopping blindly. Many adults land somewhere around 1,800 to 2,500 calories a day, depending on size and activity. Over 90 days, that adds up fast. Kids, older adults, and anyone doing hard labor may need adjustments. You don't need perfect math, but you do need a realistic picture. It helps you avoid a pantry full of stuff that still doesn't cover your needs. Number 9. Staple carbs. Staples are the backbone of a 90-day plan because they're affordable, store well, and carry a lot of calories. Think rice, pasta, oats, beans, lentils, and flour-based basics you actually know how to use. Store them in airtight packaging so moisture and pests don't ruin your investment. If you're using long-term storage methods like sealed bags and buckets, label everything with dates. These foods aren't exciting on their own, so plan now to pair them with protein and flavor. Number 10. Shelf protein. Carbs keep you going, but protein keeps you functioning. Build protein options that don't need refrigeration. Canned fish, canned chicken, canned beans, lentils, peanut butter, shelf-stable protein drinks, and other pantry-friendly choices you'll truly eat. Rotate them like normal groceries so nothing expires unnoticed. Also pay attention to salt levels, especially if someone in your home needs to watch sodium. The goal is steady, reliable meals that don't leave you feeling run down by week 3. Number 11. Freeze-dried meals. Freeze-dried food isn't magic, but it's very practical. It stores for years, it's lightweight, and it turns into a real meal with water. It's especially useful on days when you're tired and don't want to think. The trade-off is cost and the fact that it still depends on water, so you don't want it to be your only plan. Use it as a pressure relief valve in your food setup. Quick dinners, backup options, and easy variety without extra cooking work. Number 12, fats and oils. If you skip fats, you'll feel it. Fats are calorie dense and help meals feel satisfying. Keep cooking oils in sizes you'll actually use and rotate because oils can go rancid over time. Store them cool and dark. Add shelf-stable options like nut butters, nuts, seeds, and other fat sources that work in simple meals. This is also where your comfort level matters. Choose items you like, because in a long outage, you're more likely to stick with a plan that feels normal. Number 13, fruit and veg. Long outages aren't just about calories. You'll want fiber and nutrients to avoid feeling sluggish. Canned vegetables, canned tomatoes, canned fruit, dried fruit, and shelf-stable veggie options all help. If you can, add some fast produce, like sprouting supplies later in your plan, but even basic canned options make a difference. Aim for variety, so you're not eating the same texture and taste every day. It keeps meals balanced and makes it easier to stay consistent for the full 90 days. Number 14, breakfast kit. Mornings set the tone, especially when life is already inconvenient. Build a simple breakfast setup that uses little fuel and little time. Oats, shelf-stable cereal, granola, powdered milk, shelf-stable protein, tea or coffee, and a little honey or sugar if you use it. A steady breakfast keeps energy predictable and helps people stay calmer. It also reduces the constant snacking problem that burns through supplies early. Simple, repeatable, and easy to portion is what you're going for. Number 15, snack rations. Snacks sound optional until you're doing more physical work than usual, or you're trying to keep kids calm, or you just need something quick without cooking. Stock snacks that store well: protein bars, crackers, trail mix, dried fruit, and similar items. Then set an actual plan for how they'll be used, because snacks disappear fast in the first week if there's no structure. A calm snack routine can prevent the "we're already running low" moment from hitting way too early. Number 16, seasoning pack. Plain staples get old fast, so seasonings are a serious prep, not a luxury. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, chili seasoning, curry blends, bouillon, and basic sauces can turn the same rice and beans base into completely different meals. Store sugar or honey if you use them, and don't forget baking basics like yeast and baking powder if you're planning to cook. Flavor keeps meals enjoyable, and enjoyable meals keep people steady. In a long outage, that matters more than most people expect. Number 17, special diet plan. If someone needs gluten-free, dairy-free, low sodium, or other specific diets, build around that from day one. Don't assume you'll figure it out during the outage. Make a dedicated bin for safe foods, label it clearly, and keep it separate from everything else to avoid mix-ups. If allergies are severe, make sure you have the medically recommended supplies and a clear plan that everyone in the home understands. The best prep here is clarity. What's safe, what's not, and what you'll eat daily. Number 18, no-cook food. There will be days you can't cook safely, or you just don't have the energy. That's when no-cook food keeps you on track. Think ready-to-eat canned meals, nut butters, shelf-stable tortillas, crackers, ready rice pouches, and similar options that don't need heat. Add disposable plates or a minimal cleanup setup so you're not burning water on dishes. No-cook doesn't have to mean junk food. It just means you can eat without spending fuel, time, or attention. Number 19, can opener. It's simple, but it's a real failure point. A solid manual can opener, tested in advance, is non-negotiable if you store canned food. Keep a spare opener in the same bin, because tools disappear at the worst time. Also consider a small church key style opener if you use those kinds of cans. The point isn't fancy gear. The point is not staring at a pantry full of food you can't access because one small tool broke. Number 20, pantry storage. Storage is what protects your food investment. Use shelves or bins that keep food off the floor and away from moisture. Keep the pantry as cool as you can because heat shortens shelf life. Use clear labels and a simple first in, first out flow so older items get used first. If pests are common where you live, use sealed containers for anything that comes in thin packaging. A clean, organized pantry prevents waste, and in a 90-day outage, wasted food hits hard. Number 21, food safety. When the power goes out, food safety becomes decision-making, not just cooking. Keep a couple of fridge-freezer thermometers so you're not guessing. Open the doors as little as possible, and prioritize eating the most perishable food first. If you're unsure about a food safety, follow established food safety guidance rather than taking chances. A cooler, some ice, and a plan for what gets eaten first can save a lot of food. The goal is steady choices, not panic meals that burn through supplies. Number 22, camping stove. You want a simple way to boil water and cook basic meals without relying on your kitchen. A camping stove is one of the most straightforward options. Keep it stable, keep it clean, and use it only in safe, well-ventilated outdoor conditions as directed by the manufacturer. Practice using it before you need it, because emergencies aren't the time to learn. Also keep a dedicated lighter and a basic windscreen if your setup allows it. The main point is dependable cooking when the grid is down. Number 23. Grill backup. A grill can carry a lot of the cooking load during an outage. It's practical for boiling water, heating canned food, and cooking simple meals. If you live in an apartment or have strict rules, plan around what's allowed and what's safe because you don't want to create a hazard. Whatever type you use, keep it outside, keep it monitored, and keep kids and pets away from it. This is another area where practice matters. You want cooking to be routine, not stressful. Number 24. Fuel variety. Fuel is a weak link if you only rely on one type. A smarter approach is having more than one cooking option so you're not stuck when a fuel runs low. That might mean a stove that uses one fuel plus a grill that uses another. Store fuel exactly as directed, in the safest possible place, and never inside living areas where fumes could build up. If you test your setup ahead of time, you'll learn how much fuel you actually use per meal, and that makes planning realistic. Number 25. Efficient cooking. Efficiency is a prep because it stretches fuel and time. Use lids on pots, cook bigger batches, and reheat leftovers safely so you're not starting from scratch 3 times a day. Soak beans ahead of time when possible to reduce cook time. If you have an insulated thermal-style cooker, or even a good insulated container designed for hot food, it can reduce fuel use by letting food finish cooking while it's wrapped and held hot. The goal is simple: fewer burn cycles, more meals. Number 26. Basic cookware. You don't need a full kitchen, you need the right core pieces. A medium pot with a tight lid, a skillet, a kettle, heat-safe utensils, a solid knife, and a cutting board cover most meals. Add a pair of heat-resistant gloves so you're not improvising with towels. If you drink coffee, plan for a manual method, because small routines keep morale steady. Choose cookware you can use on multiple heat sources, and keep it clean so it stays safe and reliable. Number 27. Fire starters. Fire is a tool, and in outages it becomes a daily need for many people. Keep multiple ways to start a flame. Reliable lighters, waterproof matches, and a backup ignition tool that doesn't depend on fuel inside a lighter. Store them dry, in more than one place, so a single lost kit doesn't slow you down. Also keep safe tinder options designed for fire starting, not improvised materials that create extra smoke. The prep here is redundancy plus safe storage, so you're ready without creating hazards. Number 28. Safe ventilation. This one is about staying alive, not convenience. Any device that burns fuel can create carbon monoxide, an invisible gas that can make people seriously sick or worse. That's why grills, camp stoves, and fuel generators are outdoor-only tools, used exactly as directed. Keep battery-powered carbon monoxide alarms and smoke alarms working, with spare batteries ready. If you're cooking outside, keep distance from doors and windows so fumes don't drift in. Good cooking gear is important, but safe airflow is the rule that protects everyone. Number 29. Headlamp setup. Headlamps are one of the most useful upgrades you can make because they keep your hands free. Put one headlamp per person in your home kit and store them where people can grab them fast, like by the bed or near the main emergency bin. Choose models with a simple button layout and a low mode for indoor use. If it has a red light option, that helps at night without blasting your eyes. Test them monthly so you're not discovering dead batteries when you need light now. Number 30. Lantern lighting. Lanterns handle the room light problem better than flashlights. LED lanterns are efficient, bright, and safe compared to open flames. Keep one in the main living area and one near the bathroom. Rechargeable lanterns are convenient if you have solar or battery charging, and some can run for a long time on low mode. The main idea is to build a lighting plan that feels normal. Enough light to move safely, cook safely, and avoid accidents without burning through batteries fast. Number 31. Flashlight coverage. Flashlights still matter for quick tasks and spotlighting. Put at least one dependable LED flashlight in every key area: kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and your main supply spot. Add one small pocket flashlight in your go bag or jacket pocket so you're never without light. Choose durable models and keep them easy to find in the dark. If your flashlights use removable batteries, keep spares in a small case nearby. A blackout is not the time to be digging through drawers, hoping you remember where the good flashlight went. Number 32. Battery strategy. Batteries turn into a daily management task during long outages, so set it up like a system. Rechargeable AA and AA batteries, plus a USB-capable charger, make a big difference if you have solar or a power station. Keep a backup stash of standard batteries too, stored properly, because you don't want a single charging failure to take down your lights and radios. Don't mix old and new batteries in the same device, and keep a small battery organizer so you're not losing loose cells in random bags. Number 33. Solar power station. A portable power station paired with a solar panel is one of the cleanest ways to keep essentials running. Think of it as a big rechargeable battery that can power phones, lights, radios, and certain medical devices, depending on size. What matters is capacity and planning. Charge it when the sun is available, protect it from moisture and extreme heat, and avoid wasting power on non-essentials. Practice a normal charging rhythm now, so in an outage you already know what it can realistically handle day after day. Number 34. Small power banks. Big power is great, but small power banks are the daily workhorses. Keep several smaller banks charged and ready, so each person can top off a phone or a light without draining the main station. Rotate them like you rotate batteries. Charge, use, recharge, repeat. Label them if you want to keep track. In a long outage, it's easier to manage power when it's distributed, not locked into one device. Small banks also travel well if you have to leave home for supplies or check on family. Number 35. Cable kit. Power isn't useful if you can't connect it to your devices. Build a small cable kit with spares of whatever you use, USB-C, Lightning, and any other common cable in your home. Add a couple of USB wall plugs, a car charger, and a small multi-port adapter, so one outlet can charge multiple things. Keep the whole kit in one pouch and label it clearly. When it's dark and everyone is stressed, a tidy grab-and-go cable kit prevents wasted time and keeps your devices in service. Number 36. Power priorities. A 90-day outage is won by discipline, not by trying to keep life exactly the same. Decide what gets power first: medical needs, communication, lighting, and basic tools. Everything else is optional. Use low power habits like dimmer screens, airplane mode when you don't need signal hunting, and charging on a schedule instead of constantly topping off. If you treat power like a limited budget, it lasts longer and feels less stressful. The goal is steady capability, not short bursts of comfort followed by dead batteries. Number 37. Car charging. Your car can be a powerful backup tool, especially for charging. Keep a quality 12V USB charger and consider a jump starter pack so you don't get stranded with a dead battery. The safety rule here is simple. Never run a vehicle in a closed garage because exhaust can build up fast. Use the car outdoors with plenty of airflow. Also, keep your fuel level from dropping too low during uncertain times because you don't want your backup charger to become useless. Car charging isn't fancy, but it's reliable when managed safely. Number 38. Weather radio. During outages, information reduces bad decisions. A weather radio that can run on batteries or hand power helps you track severe weather alerts and emergency updates. Set it up ahead of time, learn the controls, and keep it where you can hear it. If you don't live in an area that uses NOAA broadcasts, look for whatever the local equivalent is, because the point is the same. You want real alerts, not rumors. Write down key frequencies or stations so you're not scanning endlessly while trying to stay focused. Number 39. Two-way radios. Phones can fail in long outages, so two-way radios give you a backup way to coordinate. Keep it simple. Pick a channel plan for your household, practice short check-ins, and set specific times for contact so nobody is guessing. Store spare batteries or a charging plan for the radios just like you do for flashlights. The practical value is real. Checking on family nearby, coordinating supply runs, or staying connected with neighbors. What matters most is familiarity, because a radio is only useful if people know how to use it calmly. Number 40. Contact tree. A contact plan prevents wasted travel and anxiety. Write down phone numbers, addresses, and a simple who contacts who flow. Include an out-of-area contact if possible, because sometimes local communication fails while long-distance routes still work. Add meeting points, a primary location and a backup location, both clearly described. Keep copies in your emergency kit, your car kit, and with a trusted family member. This isn't about complicated emergency management. It's just a simple structure that keeps people on the same page when stress is high. Number 41. Paper maps. GPS depends on power and networks, so paper maps are a quiet kind of confidence. Keep a local road map plus a wider regional map if travel becomes necessary. Mark key points with a pen: hospitals, urgent care, fire stations, water sources, and family meeting spots. Add a small compass if you want a low-tech direction check. The main advantage is that maps don't crash and don't need charging. When you're tired and the world is quieter than usual, having a clear route on paper can save time and reduce mistakes. Number 42. Printed references. When the internet is unreliable, printed guides become your offline brain. Keep a basic first aid guide, a simple food storage reference, and notes on how your own gear works. Print manuals for your power station, radio, and water filter if you don't already have them. Also keep local emergency numbers written down, because you might not have access to your contacts list when you need it most. This prep isn't glamorous, but it turns confusion into quick decisions, and that saves energy every day. Number 43, document grab. Build a waterproof document kit that you can grab quickly if you ever have to leave home or deal with insurance issues. Include copies of IDs, medical insurance cards, home or rental paperwork, and a simple list of account and policy numbers. Add a small USB drive with scanned copies if you want, but don't rely on that alone. Put a little cash in there too. The idea is not paranoia, it's practicality. If something unexpected happens during a long outage, paperwork becomes harder to replace. Number 44, cash reserve. When payment systems are offline, cash can keep options open. Keep a reserve in small bills so you can handle exact purchases and avoid needing change. Store it in a waterproof, fire-resistant pouch if possible, and split it into 2 locations so one loss doesn't wipe you out. Don't flash it around. This is about quiet flexibility, not showing what you have. Cash doesn't solve every problem in a prolonged outage, but early on it can help with fuel, supplies, and basic needs when stores are still able to operate in limited ways. Number 45, smart barter. Barter works best when you're strategic and discreet. Stock a small separate set of trade items that are useful, compact, and widely needed. Batteries, soap, hygiene products, diapers, basic first aid items, coffee, and simple fire-starting supplies. Keep them separate from your main supply so you're not trading out of your family's core needs. Also think safety first, trade calmly, avoid advertising your inventory, and keep exchanges low-key. The point is optional flexibility, not turning your home supplies into a public rumor. Number 46, hygiene wipes. Hygiene is health, especially when routine systems fail. Unscented wipes and hand sanitizer help reduce illness when water is limited, or when you're moving around more than usual. Store wipes in multiple locations, so you're not rationing them simply because they're inconvenient to reach. Add a few packs to your car kit too. In a long outage, small issues like skin irritation and minor infections can become bigger problems, so keeping basic cleanliness practical and easy is a smart way to stay stable. Number 47, hand washing station. If you want people to wash hands, make it easy. Set up a simple hand washing station near the bathroom area and near cooking. A water container with a spout, soap, a catch basin, and a towel. It doesn't need to be fancy, it needs to be usable. This one prep can reduce stomach bugs and everyone is sick at once scenarios that make life harder. When power and water are unreliable, habits matter more, and a good setup turns hand washing into something people actually do without thinking. Number 48, dental care. Dental problems can wreck your ability to function, and in a long outage, you don't want to be dealing with preventable pain. Store extra toothbrushes, toothpaste, floss, and a simple oral care kit. If someone has dental sensitivity, keep what they normally use. Maintain routine brushing even when everything else feels off, because it's one of the easiest health habits to keep. Add a small mirror and a headlamp to your hygiene kit so you can actually see what you're doing. Staying on top of dental care is a quiet kind of resilience. Number 49, menstrual supplies. Plan for the full 90 days with whatever products are normal for your household. Keep supplies dry and stored discreetly, and include disposal bags so cleanup stays simple. If you prefer reusable options, make sure you have what you need to clean them safely with limited water, and practice ahead of time so it's not new during a crisis. Add basic comfort items like the pain relief you normally use and spare underwear. It's not complicated, but it's often overlooked, and being prepared here prevents stress that piles up fast. Number 50, toilet system. When toilets won't flush reliably, you need a plan that's sanitary and realistic. A lined bucket toilet with a tight lid is a common backup approach, paired with an absorbent material that helps control moisture and odor. Keep disposable gloves and dedicated cleaning supplies nearby. Set it up in a private, ventilated area that's easy to keep clean, and follow local guidance for safe disposal when services return or when options are available. The goal is a simple setup that avoids turning a short-term inconvenience into a health issue. Number 51, trash control. Trash becomes a problem faster than most people expect. Stock heavy-duty trash bags, smaller liner bags, and ties so you can seal waste well. Separate food waste from other trash when possible, and keep it secured to avoid pests. If you can store trash outside, do it in a way animals can't get into. Cleanliness protects your food, your air quality, and your mood. In a long outage, a messy living space can make everything feel worse, and it increases risk. A trash plan keeps your home more stable day to day. Number 52, cleaning supplies. Cleaning isn't about perfection, it's about preventing illness and keeping your space functional. Keep dish soap, basic surface cleaners, disinfecting wipes or sprays, microfiber cloths, and rubber gloves. Avoid improvising with chemicals or mixing products. Use items as directed and keep them stored safely away from food. A long outage often means more cooking at home, more shared spaces, and sometimes limited water, so you want cleaning supplies that work quickly and efficiently. A clean kitchen and a clean bathroom area are priorities, because that's where problems start. Number 53, laundry plan. Clean clothes help prevent rashes and infections, especially socks and underwear. You don't need a perfect laundry routine. You need a practical one. A wash basin, a small amount of detergent, and a clothesline setup can get the job done with limited water. Focus on essentials first, and let outer layers go longer if needed. Drying matters too, because damp clothing creates its own issues. If you can sun-dry, that helps. Keep clothespins and line cord ready so you're not improvising with string that snaps at the worst moment. Number 54, bedding warmth. Sleeping warm keeps people more capable during the day. Stock extra blankets, sleeping bags suitable for your climate, and sleeping pads or thick layers that insulate from cold floors. People lose heat to the ground more than they expect. If you use emergency reflective blankets, treat them as backup layers, not your primary comfort plan. Set up sleeping spaces with warmth in mind and keep them dry. When nights are cold, a solid sleep setup can be the difference between "we're tired" and "we're falling apart." Number 55, layered clothing. Clothing is portable shelter. Plan layers, a base layer to manage sweat, a warm middle layer, and an outer layer that blocks wind and moisture. Wool socks, hats, and gloves do a lot of work for very little space. Keep spare clothing packed in a bin so you can grab what you need fast, especially if you're moving between rooms or helping neighbors. Staying dry is critical, so include rain gear. This isn't about owning expensive gear. It's about having enough layers to adjust without freezing or overheating. Number 56, draft ceiling. Small drafts can make a home feel much colder when heating is limited. Stock simple draft control items, weather stripping, plastic window film, tape, and even door sweeps or rolled towels. Close off unused rooms and concentrate activity into one main room so you can maintain comfort with less effort. This also helps conserve light, heat, and attention. A long outage is easier when your home is set up as a controlled environment instead of a giant space you're trying to manage all at once. Number 57, safe heaters. If you plan to use any heater during an outage, choose models designed for indoor use and follow every safety instruction. Keep proper clearance from anything that can burn, keep it stable, and never treat a heater like something you can just leave running without attention. Store any fuel safely and according to the manufacturer's guidance. If you're not sure what's safe in your space, plan around layers, bedding, and draft control instead of improvising with open flames. Heat is important, but safe heat is the only acceptable kind. Number 58, CO protection. Carbon monoxide protection is a must-have when people start using alternative cooking and heating methods. Install working carbon monoxide alarms and smoke alarms, and keep spare batteries ready. Test them regularly. CO is dangerous because you can't smell it, and you may not notice symptoms until you're already in trouble. This is one of those preps that doesn't feel exciting, but it's a hard safety line. If your home gets colder and you're tempted to cut corners, alarms are what help prevent a bad decision from turning into a serious emergency. Number 59, summer cooling. Heat can be just as risky as cold, especially in apartments or homes that trap warmth. Plan shade first, curtains, reflective coverings, and closing sun-facing windows during peak heat. Use fans efficiently if you have battery power, and focus on airflow at night. Hydration and electrolyte balance matter more when you sweat a lot, so keep drink mixes or electrolyte options that make water easier to use effectively. Schedule heavy tasks early or late in the day. A cooling plan isn't fancy, but it prevents exhaustion and keeps decision-making clear. Number 60, first aid kit. A good first aid kit is about handling the common problems that don't stop just because the lights are out. Stock bandages, gauze, medical tape, antiseptic, gloves, scissors, tweezers, burn care, and a way to support sprains or minor injuries. Keep one kit in the home and a smaller one in a go bag or car kit. Then make sure everyone knows where it is. In long outages, small injuries can become bigger if ignored, so quick, clean care is the standard you're aiming for. Number 61, OTC meds. Over-the-counter meds cover a lot of real-life issues: pain, fever, allergies, stomach trouble, and dehydration support. Store what your household actually uses, and keep the instructions with it so dosing is clear. Rotate meds before they expire, and keep them in a temperature-stable place. Add electrolyte packets or similar options so you can support hydration when someone is sweating heavily or dealing with stomach illness. This isn't about stocking a pharmacy. It's about avoiding the situation where a manageable problem becomes miserable because you didn't have basics. Number 62, prescriptions plan. If anyone relies on prescription medication, plan early and legally. Talk with your prescriber or pharmacist about an emergency supply option if that's available for your situation. Keep a printed list of medications, doses, and prescribing info in your document kit. Store medications properly so heat and moisture don't damage them. If any medication requires refrigeration, plan around cool storage solutions like cold packs and a dedicated cooler, and think about how you'll handle refills and timing. In a 90-day outage, medication continuity is a major pillar of stability. Number 63, medical notes. Keep a simple medical info sheet for each person. Allergies, conditions, medications, emergency contacts, and anything responders would need to know. Put copies in your first aid kit, document kit, and car kit. Add any device-specific notes if someone uses medical equipment. Also keep a small notebook to track symptoms, temperatures, or medication timing if someone gets sick. When you're tired and stressed, memory gets unreliable, so written notes keep care consistent and reduce mistakes. It's a small prep that supports better decisions over and over again. Number 64, fire extinguisher. More cooking alternatives usually means more fire risk, so keep an ABC-rated fire extinguisher accessible, not buried in a closet. Put one near the kitchen area and consider one on each floor if you have multiple levels. Learn the basic use steps so it's not confusing under pressure, and check the gauge occasionally to make sure it's still charged. This isn't about expecting a fire. It's about being ready to stop a small problem before it becomes a bigger one, especially when emergency services may be slower to respond. Number 65, smoke alarms. Smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms should be treated like core survival gear because they protect you while you're sleeping or distracted. Keep them installed, keep them working, and keep spare batteries on hand. In outages, people often use more candles, more cooking setups, and more improvised routines, which increases risk. Even if you avoid open flames indoors, there's still more activity around heat. Working alarms are simple, proven protection that doesn't require skill or effort once it's set up correctly. Number 66, toolkit. Repairs don't stop during a blackout. A basic hand tool kit lets you handle small problems without waiting for help. Keep screwdrivers, pliers, an adjustable wrench, a hammer, a utility knife, a small handsaw, and a measuring tape. Add a headlamp to that kit so you can actually see what you're doing. This isn't about big construction. It's about tightening loose hardware, stopping a small leak, securing a door, or fixing a simple failure before it turns into wasted supplies and stress. Number 67, multi-tool. A multi-tool earns its place because it covers a lot of small tasks. Cutting, gripping, tightening, opening, and quick repairs when you don't want to walk back to the main toolkit. Keep one in your go bag and one in your home kit. Choose a sturdy model and get comfortable using it so you're not fumbling with it later. In a long outage, little fixes happen constantly, and a multi-tool saves time and keeps things moving. It's not a replacement for real tools, but it's a strong, always-with-you option. Number 68, repair materials. Tools are only half the story. Repair supplies finish the job. Keep duct tape, electrical tape, zip ties, strong glue, and a patch material that can seal small leaks or cracks. Add hose clamps if you have hoses or plumbing connections you might need to stabilize. Store these items together in a clearly labeled pouch so you can grab them fast. The value here is speed. Quick repairs prevent waste, protect food and water, and reduce the mental load of living in everything is slightly broken mode. Number 69, cordage. Rope and cord solve hundreds of practical problems without needing power. Keep strong cordage for tying down tarps, hanging food away from pests, making a clothesline, bundling supplies, or securing items for transport. Paracord is popular because it's strong and compact, but any reliable rope works if you know its limits. Learn a couple of simple knots you can do quickly, because in a stressful situation, you don't want to be fighting a tangled mess. Cordage is quiet preparedness. You don't notice it until you really need it. Number 70, tarps. A heavy-duty tarp is one of the most versatile items you can own. It can patch a roof, cover supplies from rain, create shade, collect rainwater, or block wind. Keep a few sizes so you're not trying to make one tarp do every job. Store tarps with some cordage and a couple of clamps or ties so setup is quick. In long outages, weather is a constant factor. A tarp lets you respond fast without expensive equipment, and it protects the supplies you've worked hard to gather. Number 71, gloves and PPE. Injuries cost time, supplies, and energy, so prevention is a serious prep. Keep durable work gloves, safety glasses, and basic dust protection for cleanup tasks. Add sturdy footwear so you're not stepping on debris in thin shoes. In long outages, you may be handling more manual work, moving supplies, cleaning, fixing, cooking outdoors, or clearing small hazards. Gloves and eye protection aren't exciting, but they reduce the odds of a small accident becoming a problem you can't easily solve without normal services. Number 72, storage labels. In a blackout, organization is speed. Label bins with big, readable text: water, food, medical, lighting, tools, hygiene, and so on. Add dates where it matters, especially for food and batteries. If your household has multiple people, labels reduce confusion and prevent accidental waste. You can also group items by daily use versus deep storage, so you're not opening every container constantly. The goal is a setup that makes sense even when you're tired, it's dark, and you don't want to think. Number 73, inventory log. An inventory is not bureaucracy, it's control. Keep a simple notebook listing your main categories: water gallons, core foods, cooking fuel, batteries, and meds. Update it with quick marks, not a big spreadsheet project. This helps rationing feel calm because you're working from real numbers, not guesses. It also helps you notice gaps early, like we have plenty of rice but not enough protein, or we're burning through batteries faster than expected. When you can see your supplies on paper, decisions get easier. Number 74, home shutoffs. Knowing how to control your home systems is a practical safety prep. Identify where your water shutoff is, where your breaker panel is, and what tools you'd need to access them. Label breakers, so you're not playing a guessing game in the dark. If you're unsure about any shutoff procedure, learn it ahead of time with proper guidance, because mistakes can cause damage. In outages, leaks and electrical issues can happen, and the ability to shut something off quickly can prevent major losses. Number 75, pest proofing. Pests don't care that the grid is down. If anything, they get bolder when trash pickup and routines change. Store food in sealed containers, clean up crumbs quickly, and keep trash secured. Don't leave pet food open overnight. Use basic traps if you need them, and keep entry points sealed where possible. Pest control is about protecting your calories and keeping your home sanitary. It also protects morale, because living with constant pests wears people down over weeks. Small daily habits make a big difference. Number 76, seeds and sprouts. Fresh food is hard in a long outage, but sprouts are one of the simplest ways to add greens quickly with minimal space. Keep sprouting seeds intended for sprouting, and a basic method that stays clean and low effort. Even a small amount of fresh crunch can make meals feel less repetitive. You can also keep simple herb seeds for windowsill growing, if light allows. This isn't about becoming fully self-sufficient in 90 days. It's about adding nutrition and variety in a realistic way. Number 77, pet readiness. Pets have the same basic needs as people: food, water, hygiene, and calm routines. Store a 90-day supply of pet food if you can, plus any medications, flea tick needs, and comfort items that keep stress down. Add extra waste bags, litter if you use it, and a secure carrier in case you ever need to leave. Keep ID tags updated. In long outages, pets can act differently, so keeping their routine predictable helps the whole household stay calmer and reduces the risk of escapes or behavior issues. Number 78, family needs. A real 90-day plan accounts for everyone's daily reality. Babies need formula, diapers, wipes, and safe sleep basics. People with glasses need a spare pair or updated prescription info. Hearing aids need batteries. Older adults may need mobility support and extra comfort items that prevent falls. Even small things like spare chargers for assistive devices matter. Build a bin for family-specific needs and keep it easy to access. When those needs are covered, the household runs smoother and stress drops fast. Number 79, practice runs. Planning is good, but practice shows the truth. Do a controlled test, a 24-hour no-grid day, or a weekend where you only use your backup cooking, backup lighting, and backup water handling. Track what you used and what you wished you had. Notice the small issues, like not enough headlamps, not enough cleaning water, or a cooking setup that's slower than you expected. Practice turns a beginner setup into a reliable system because you're correcting real problems instead of guessing. Number 80, redundancy checks. The final prep is making sure a single failure doesn't break your whole plan. Have at least 2 ways to purify water, more than 1 lighting method, and backup charging options for communication. Keep spare parts for critical gear, like filters, batteries, or cables. Store manuals where you can reach them without internet. Set a simple maintenance rhythm. Test alarms, check battery charge levels, scan expiration dates, and replace what's worn. Redundancy isn't about overbuying. It's about staying functional when something breaks, because something always breaks.